authorize Bankston Engineering, Inc. to submit road and greenery grant application for MS4 projects and approve the resolution for the same. MS4 is our stormwater management.
And we've talked about this a couple of times. This is a possible funding opportunity geared directly towards stormwater BMPs primarily. So this is an opportunity to have some of our PRP projects potentially funded with an 85% grant, 15% match.
When do you expect approval from the DEP on the submittal?
Which submittal, grant application or?
That's 4, 5, 6 jobs.
Yeah, I would, we submitted that back at the end of March. I would expect that we'll hear something quite soon. Next month or two.
So anyone want to make a motion to authorize Bankston to submit for the grant application?
I'll make that motion.
Carl, seconds?
I'll second.
Suzanne? All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion and motion to approve or deny the land development plan application for the Aldridge intake improvement submitted by BAWC.
Sure.
It is, already known grant.
My understanding, the planning commission made a recommendation.
Yes. Yeah, made a recommendation to approve the land development contingent upon satisfying all the comments presented by the conflict engineer. And just so everybody's clear, I'll step aside as township engineer for this moment. Some of you may know this, others may not, but Bankston was hired by Pennsylvania American Water Company to be our office was hired to be the design consultant for the raw water intake improvement project at Pennsylvania American Water Company's treatment plant in El Rema. We were hired to do that job 2 months before we were appointed as consulting engineer in January of 2023. So
So the township hired Leonard Story something.
correct. So Union Township has appointed Leonard Smith Solar Engineering as the conflict engineer to step in and perform a review of the land development plan. So we avoid a conflict of interest there where Bankston Engineers is reviewing work prepared by Bankston Engineers. So this gentleman sitting right here is Sean Wingrove. He's a principal with Leonard Smith Solar. He's performed the review of the land development plan application, and he prepared a comment letter to the planning commission. And our office has kind of gone back and forth with Sean and his office to work out the remaining comments so that we're consistent with the ordinance. So I did bring a copy of the site plan drawing. I'll give a brief overview of what we have going on here. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers plans to remove the lock and dam in West Elizabeth. And as such, the water level in the river is going to drop by approximately 3.5 feet. Pennsylvania American wants to replace the raw water pumps in their intake building, which pumps the water from the river up to the treatment plant. So to do so, they're proposing to construct a brand new electrical building right outside their existing intake and install new raw water pumps, 6 new raw water pumps, and a building addition on the, I'll call it the front of the building, the landward side, opposite the river. So our office has put together the site plan and the necessary details for stormwater, parking, paving, lighting, etc., so that we can present a land development plan application. I think, Sean, feel free to jump in at any point here, but there were a couple comments that we were still going back and forth on. Our office sent a letter to Sean and to Diana earlier today explaining how we were going to address the remaining comments. And I think Sean's had a chance to read the letter, but I don't think it's complete before.
Trying to be completed. I guess it's correspondence to do it. Peter?
Yes.
What's the status of it? What's your final?
So we did received stuff this afternoon, we didn't publish a new letter for the meeting tonight, but, we looked through it, we think that, zoning items have been satisfactorily addressed. Land development items, just administrative items, discussion of bond, developers agreement. Stormwater management report we looked through from an overview level this afternoon. It looks like they've addressed everything. We do want to take one more thorough look through and publish a new letter. But, as we talked tonight, it appears that with the revisions today, the plan complies with the township zoning, saldo, and stormwater ordinance.
So you're recommending that the township approve? Yeah, I sent somebody over, somebody said something today, Tom, said something.
Yes.
It was just a draft, a month draft.
Right.
So you're making a motion to approve this in the township?
Recommendation.
I'm sorry, you're making, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. So you're making a motion that the township, you're making a recommendation that the township approve the submission by Banks and Engineering, subject to all your recommendations.
Yeah, so long as it's still conditioned upon the final review of the items received today.
Subject, so as I said, subject to your recommendations.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
And paying any and all costs.
Can I ask a question real quick?
You got $5?
Yeah, come on now. Does the township have hours when you're allowed to work? Like, they can't start like at 6 o'clock in the morning, can they? Do the township have hours
If
for?
they do, I would like to turn in Pennsylvania American Water.
Well, that's why I'm
outside my
asking, because I
house
live
today.
down there, and it's a mess down there now. They shouldn't be able to start working at 5 or 6 and work till midnight.
I agree.
I thought the township had some kind of ordinance.
If they don't, they should.
Well,
So,
Go ahead, I'm
so
listening.
I agree with you.
I mean,
think
there
the
should
board-
be something in there.
So
that-
what, 8 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I don't, I'm just asking because it's a mess down there with the traffic and everything now.
7 to 9?
All we hear is Jake breaks and everything else going down there.
7 to 8? 7 to 8?
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't know, I thought there was an ordinance, so that's why I'm
well,
asking.
he's saying that we could put it in the development agreement.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll put it in motion and the development.
Yeah,
So,
because, you know-
a motion to,
We got a lot of old people down there, don't forget, we're like,
Early
asleep.
risers, but
No, but
early
it does get bad. And, like, they allowed to work Saturday and Sunday. I mean, I'm just asking.
a motion to approve the land development plan application for the Aldridge intake improvements submitted by PAWC, subject to the final recommendations, LSSE, payment of any and all costs upon submission of the final bill within 30 days, and that any work not be performed by PAWC and or subcontractors from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. the next morning, and not on Sundays.
Yeah, okay, Don't you think?
Like 4th of July.
Because when they tore-
I'm serious,
Nationally recognized holiday.
Well, I'm saying, well, yes, you do have.
Because when they tore that power plant down there, they were at it constantly. And there was nothing we could do because there was no,
I did. Someone else that lived on the other side, I know exactly what they go through to get the project.
Yes, please.
There's two quick things I want to say. First, it is a question, I guess. All of this work will be done on private property. It's all private improvements. Everything will be completed by the water company, for the water company's benefit. There will be nothing dedicated to Union Township as part of the project. Does the Board of Supervisors, would you like a performance bond to be posted for private improvements?
That will be part of the developer's agreement.
If so, we'll have to provide Glenn Smith with a cost estimate that they can review
If you could do
and
that.
deem to be satisfactory.
So we'll have a performance bond for the private improvements. And I'll give you my card and get back to you, okay?
And the second point I want to make, we did do infiltration testing on the site relative to stormwater management. The soil conditions are very sandy, they're riverbank. This project, by the way, will take place on the river side of the train tracks. There will be no, construction taking place at the treatment plant.
Well, I thought you said there was gonna be a building on this side of the,
All the construction will take place down at the intake building, which is right on the river. There
okay,
won't
I
be any-
misunderstood you, I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
build something on.
It'll all be on the river side of the
Okay.
tracks. Yeah.
Consideration then on that Sunday, if it's way down by the river and it's,
Voting.
So
I'm
the,
just saying, it really wouldn't bother him when it's way down in there.
it should hopefully have a negligible impact on the residents down there in terms of proximity. Back to the point about the stream, or the river banks, the soils are very sandy, we did infiltration testing, the results are, incredibly high, abnormally high, which is gonna make it, I was talking with Sean about this today, very difficult to achieve the necessary dewatering, time period, as per the ordinance requirements. So my only other suggestion or request, Dennis, would be that Pennsylvania American be granted a waiver from the dewatering time requirement, for stormwater management, based on the infiltration test results that were observed in
Can you break that, put that request in writing?
certain, yeah.
All right, so you understand the motion then?
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.